She's a mystic. She is an interfaith minister and a healer. And I love it because she says she's a healer of all means, which means she's traveled the world and studied all of it. And so she doesn't label herself with one practice or another. So I love it that she calls herself a healer of all means. Her last, after I was on with her yesterday and I got heated up, I mean, I don't know what was happening to me. I sent her this email, again, right away, and said, I don't know. I didn't say what the hell, I can say that to you guys. Well, there she is. Mmatheo, how are you?
Okay, yourself?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful. I was just introducing you and letting everybody know about you. And I loved your email back to me, Mmatheo. And this is what Mmatheo wrote. Love is truth. Love is unconditional. Love is life. Life is love. Love is all that is. Love is divine power that birth all from chaos. And so it is an honor to have you, Mmatheo. I know that it's very, very late in South Africa. And when we talked yesterday, you said that you were going to talk from your heart, and I have learned a great deal with you and from you just yesterday. Because I was telling everybody, as I told you, just got so hot and so red. I had to go outside and kind of deep breathe after we were together. But your passion, your commitment, and your heart is so big. And so most people are wondering kind of what is going on with this coronavirus, this pandemic, and over the world, and how to work with it versus deal with it. So you want to answer that at all? Talk about that at all?
Thank you for creating the platform, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak and share spiritual insight. And hopefully that as I speak, not only am I speaking to everybody, but I'm speaking to myself. I'm using everybody as my mirror reflection. I'm also reminding myself. We look at humans have a tendency to isolate things or phenomena. We speaking about the COVID-19, the virus, whatever, the disorder. It could have been COVID, it could have been an earthquake, it could have been a tsunami, it could have been any other thing. But the crux of the matter is that Mother Earth is experiencing an imbalance, and because Mother Earth is experiencing an imbalance, her beloved children will also suffer because of the imbalance. We all ushered from her womb. So if the mother suffers, the children will suffer also. So maybe it's a way of the mother communicating to us, reminding us that she's not in birthing pain, but she's in pain of the disturbances, the disharmony, and everything that is happening around us. And she's trying to communicate to us that we need to go deep within, do an introspection. And when things are okay and everything is okay and we're having, a good life, we don't do introspection. We only go into deep within us when something touches us deep, when there's chaos, when now we realize that this is a wake-up call. Let's call COVID-19 a wake-up call. Let's wake up. We've been sleeping for too long. It's time to wake up. Oh, the sound?
One thing that you said yesterday when we
The sound. Sound.
Okay. One thing that you said yesterday when we were talking, that we must raise the we must step forward and raise the consciousness of humanity. We must bring forth the energy from the higher dimensions and bring forth a higher consciousness upon the planet. Otherwise, we will get another collapse within in our country and around the world.
Yes, when I said we must, it's because deep within, at our core being, the unified field of ultimate reality, there lies the power. It's not something we need to stretch our hands and try and reach out. All lies within us. When we awaken to the divinity in us and we awaken to the power that lies within us as beings of light, an embodiment of love, an incarnation of truth, and we realize that we can no longer allow the system in place to manipulate and act on us and decide for us. We reclaim that which we've lost, and we tap within, and we raise the vibration within. It starts with an individual. It starts with raising it within you and acknowledging it, and then allowing it to radiate outwardly. It starts with an individual. It's not out there, it's within us.
And that was part of the you know, what we talked about yesterday again, and you said it with passion, and you said, you know, like, God is not out there. The goddesses are not out there. They're in here. They're in here. And that's the step of, as I talk to all of these women and the men who come, is that we still hold a bit of resistance, knowing that that's who we are. And you told me, well, the hope, you know, step into it. Don't, you know, why would you resist that? Because that is what raises the consciousness at this time.
Our true nature is God or a goddess. That's our true nature. I think, okay, religion is a good thing. We all go through religion. I've gone through that route. It served the purpose until I reached a cul-de-sac and I needed to go deep within. If we say we are the manifest of the unmanifest, the supreme being manifest here on earth through us, what does that mean? If you are the manifest of the unmanifest, you here to actually be there. The supreme being wanted to use a vessel or whatever, had a play and manifest and be creative, and chose to manifest through hope, through matter, through whatever. So why do we actually dissect, take the fragment of the whole and function as a fragment? No wonder we malfunctioning. How can a fragment be able to fulfill that which it can only be fulfilled in state of wholeness? I think we all need to revisit and realize that we are all Buddhas. We are all divine beings. It's a matter of awakening or making peace with that which we are and rising to the occasion, occupying our pedestal and perform. Show up and perform.
Show up and perform. Yep.
And take authority and not allowed to be acted upon by the system.
Well, just as I told you yesterday, as well as I told Janet, that another teacher that's on our Zoom when we meet, who brought me to Mmatheo, Dr. Mmatheo, that's still there's a lot of controversy around that. It's like there's still a lot of people who don't want to step into that, and I think I told you yesterday, as well as Janelle and Amy were on it. Janet and I were talking about this, and she would go like, "Oh, well, then let it be our secret that you're God and I'm God. We don't have to, you know." But I believe that as we step into it, because I think after last night talking to you, also today, I think I'm stepping into that already, that of knowing who I am even more so. The girls had to call me up afterwards because I was, I used the word shook a little bit, and they confronted me a little bit about why that resistance takes place. And that you started crying yesterday when we were talking about, you know, we have to get this. We just have to raise the consciousness on this planet. And that's what this chaos is asking us to do at this time.
Yes, it is. And it's not easy to actually go public. Actually, there's no need to go public. You know why? Let action speak louder than words. We don't want to know who you are. We want to see in action, perform. Let it speak in action. Let action speak more than words. Because anybody out there can claim that. But if the actions, they are not aligned with the ways that are being said, am I still on? My screen is actually blank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm saying if the actions, they are not in alignment with what's being confessed or being said by
Yes.
the being, then it's pointless.
Yes.
You know, it's energy. We are beings of energy. Energy, motion. Energy is never stagnant. So energy is action. Action speaks louder than words. Let's also go back to the word when I said we are the manifest of the unmanifest. If you know that you are the manifest of the unmanifest, it means you here to fulfill a certain purpose, and you must be performing certain actions. Action, not words. Actually, it's good to be silent and keep quiet and not even say much about it. I don't actually like talking much about myself. Because it's not me, it's not Mmatheo the person, the individual. It's the spirit that is operating through this body, which is a vessel. And we need to remember that the spirit will choose a vessel that befits its people. The spirit will do that. So there's no need for a person to exercise ego and claim that power, because you're just a vessel through which the Supreme Being is manifesting. You are a vessel that befits the people. So do that which you are trying to do and keep quiet about it. Let the action speak louder than you.
Mmatheo, can you speak a little bit about the manifesting? Because yesterday when you spoke to us about manifesting, it made it so clear, and it was a way I had never heard it before. Will you speak a little bit about on that?
What did I say? Because when I speak, sometimes I told you I go to trance, and then I could be saying something and it's coming from beyond. So
yeah. That's, I think, a little bit about what it was. It was manifesting comes from beyond. It comes from that unseen force, that unseen power, that supreme being, and that's how things manifest. And it was just so beautifully, just so powerful and so clear. And it was like you see something, and through the divine source and divine power, it's there. I don't know. Does that help you at all?
You cannot manifest anything. You cannot give anything to the world. You cannot even give it to yourself unless you are there. You cannot, nothing gets created from, there's nothing that gets created from, how do I put this? There's a source within you, within me. Even here, Mother Earth, there's a source. All that we see manifesting emanates from a source, and you are that source. You can only give it to the world because you are the source thereof to bring it into manifestation. But if you don't have it in you and you haven't awakened to it, it doesn't matter how many times you've had a sermon or how many times somebody has said whatever. You can only be there and allow yourself to manifest there, which is in you and is contained within you. And you are the source. It's at the core of your being, your unified field of reality. And it's aligned with the cosmic intelligence. It's not something you are taught at school. Actually, I don't even know why we go to school. We go to school to actually be able to work in this world. That's the purpose of going to school. Who you are, it's not something somebody can tell you. Once you experience it and you connect with it, there's nobody who can actually try and convince you you are dead or you are not dead. It doesn't exist in the world of duality. It's whole. It exists in wholeness, and it's within you. It doesn't change. You might change a vessel, but it doesn't change. Some of us have visited Earth so many times that we've even lost count, from the dinosaur age, whatever. I don't think that part of my being has changed. Maybe I've occupied different vessels, but I've remained the same because it's a spirit. It's the core. It's the source. It's the unmanifest, manifesting through different forms. Diversity, but the same spirit.
What do you think would happen, Mmatheo, if we all woke up to this and just became it? What do you think would happen right now if we would step into it, awaken to it, agree with it, and be it? What do you think would happen?
Mother Earth will be incorporated into the intergalactic village because that's where she belongs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, in our physical form, when I look at you because of the light that passed through a prism, I see a human being in 3D. This chaos that is happening, which we call COVID-19 and many names, I mean, tomorrow they can come with another name, by the way. We can come with another name. The name changes, but it's the same image of chaos. And this chaos is manifesting in 4D. If you don't want to be caught up in this chaos, raise your vibration and raise your vibration to 5D upwards. But if you want to be part and parcel of this chaos that is manifesting in 4D, where a can of worms has been opened and it's manifesting. And it's creating so much fear and anxiety, which is not our true nature. Fear is not our true nature. Anxiety is not our true nature. Scarcity is not our true nature. Hate is not our true nature. Separation is not our true nature. Actually, I'll start crying if I carry on. I can't even say them because they lower my vibration. But basically, all that we see happening, it's happening in 4D. Once you pass 4D, you go 5, 6, 7 on, where I visit. There's so much peace. Everything is peaceful, there's abundance, there's no scarcity, there's no separation. Everything exists in a state of oneness. All this is a distraction mechanism so that when you are fearful, you won't be able to raise your vibration and you will be caught up and operate in 4D. You will even miss and realize that this whole scenario we call COVID-19 or whatever nonsense we are calling it, it's a distraction mechanism so that you focus on this thing, it's controlling you, it's making you fearful, your life is rotating around it, you forget that you can rise above there. You can rise above this chaotic realm of 4D and 3D. By the way, to be awakened is a choice, but it also, once you awaken, you have to take responsibility. So those of us who are awakened, we should realize that we are in a position now that we have to take responsibility and create a shift, raise the vibration. But we cannot impose ourselves on others. To awaken is a choice. Each and every individual, they have to decide, make a choice. It's a choice. Love doesn't impose. Love honors and love respects. And love, when you read the Bible, those who read the Bible, they say love is God. So if I say,
yes.
So if I say I am love, basically I'm saying God. By the way, God is neither male nor female, he's androgynous. Okay? So this thing of gender thing, those are the things of this realm. They don't operate in other realms. So I don't like God using the name God. I prefer supreme being, because when you say God, they see a male figure. When you say God, they see a female figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So the Bible says Christianity, just to go close, it says God is love. So if I say we are beings of life, an embodiment of love, doesn't that mean that we have the seed of the Supreme Being? Nothing can actually be created without a seed. But once it manifests and it takes form, we discard the seed. We want to take the fragment from the whole and decide that we are this, we are not this. Human nature, I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we do that. If I say, this is black, I must say this is white. In reality, things are not like that. Everything everything overflows. Okay, let me put it this way. I'll take the sun and the moon, or night and day. It's in the evening and then it's dark, and then it's during the day. If somebody amongst us could say to me, when is the break of dawn, I see now that the light is coming in, separating from darkness. If you can tell me then, and you've seen it and you can prove it, then I'll embrace the world of dualism. But there's no such. But because we've been programmed to think in a way that this is good, this is bad, according to whose standard, by the way? Who set the standard of good and bad, right and wrong? We're here to experience. The Supreme Being is here at play to experience. So who must set the standard? Who's the judge?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you speak like that, you are being classified as a radical, as a you don't abide by the rules. I'm known that I don't abide by the rules, and I'm a radical, and I always go offline. But it's because nothing of this world makes sense to me most of the time. Where I come from, we don't operate like that. And by the way, there's no heaven and earth. It's all manifesting here. You want to experience heaven? Create it here. You want to experience hell? Yes, create it here and you'll experience it. We create our own reality through our thoughts because we are creators. We are gods, we are whatever. We are the manifest. So you can create. So everything is happening globally in this world because we have surrendered our will on others to create the reality for us. Let's reclaim it back. They create a reality with them. They change a reality with them.
Do you do mantras, or do you have a statement, or do you do prayers to keep you in that perfect alignment with the truth of who you are? Part of it is just
I'll be honest with you.
Pardon?
I'll be honest with you. I battle just like everybody else. I remember there's a human element. I battle like everybody else. I miss the mark like everybody else. I cry, I do whatever. I don't have mantras. But I'm always, maybe what makes it easy for me is because from early childhood, I've never made this body my home. I've resisted to be comfortable in this body.
Huh.
I live in two worlds. Somebody could say in two worlds, I don't see them too well. The spiritual and the physical, they coexist. I'm in constant communion with those things. So I'm anchored on you'll say the other side, but I'm anchored here. I mean, thank God there are cell phones now, but you'll think I'm talking to a cell phone, but it's because I'm communing with spirit beings. So I'm more connected and in touch with the spiritual realm. I am in this body when I need to do what needs to be done, and I zoom out. Because I find it very difficult to be fully present in this body. Mantras, I can't say I have mantras, but now when I gain what was impressed in me spirit, which it took me a long time, I always find myself saying this with love, life, and truth, to remind myself of the divinity in me. I go love, life, and truth. Even when I feel fearful, even when something distracts me, once I say love, life, and truth, and I breathe in deeply, there's that presence, and a presence I feel, it's like an awe expands around me. And then I feel it's okay. This world is hostile. I've experienced the hostility. It is hostile. But we're not here by mistake. We're here for a divine purpose. We chose to be here.
Yeah.
We chose to partake. We chose to be here during the planetary shift. We chose to contribute in the rebirthing process of Mother Earth. We chose to uplift one another. We chose to be in the front line. We chose to be here. It's a choice we made, and we have to remember why we're here. Not everybody they are aware of why they are here. We have many people who are sleepwalkers. Here at home we call them zombies. You know, they've suffered so long, they don't know whether they are moving forward or backward. But remember, we cannot we mirror each other. If you have awakened, the same one the other one who's not awakened has the seed and the light, the same light and love and truth that you have. That being has it. The only difference, they are not aware. So assist in awakening them, but do not impose your will on them. Assist. We can only rise if we rise together. You see, the system of the world is so sick and corrupt. Not only have they created division amongst us through race and color and class and everything, but also the system has done it in such a way that even countries are separated. So I don't know who came up with that rotten law of separation. Everything is separated. We are we are segregated into groups. But we come from the same source. How can you dissect the source into minute fragments and expect peace and harmony to prevail? It's sick. It's a sick system in place. Very sick. But it's coming to an end. But it's going to come at a cost. And those of us who are awakened, we cannot be bystanders and passengers and hide and not want to take the responsibility. No, we chose to be here in this web of life. There's no single weaver. We are all weaving this beautiful tapestry, which is multicolored. If I don't do my role in Africa or wherever, and you don't do your role, all of us, we need to contribute in the weaving of this beautiful tapestry and work harmoniously and see beyond color, form, creed, and nationality and country. The leaders, they are not going to give us a solution. Politicians are not going to give us a solution. They are serving the system. Forget it. They also need to awaken.
Amy, did you have a question?
I do quite. So are there like little steps we can take, or are there different things that we can do in our daily life that can kind of help us move into that or be more mindful of that in some way?
Your question is a bit challenging because I don't follow protocol. I rebel to protocol.
I love that about you.
I don't do well with protocols. I don't do well with rules. I don't do well with being dictated also. I just be. maybe also with me because I'm in constant communion with the spirit or the spirit. I live in that realm. So I also the background of being a shaman. I don't have. Just be. Once you have a protocol, you're not operating from heart-centered awareness. You're following a regime. Come out of it. You're programming yourself. Already the system has programmed you. Come out of it. Just be.
Thank you. May I ask one more question, please? And so you have studied and learned and practiced so many energy healing modalities, and again, follow the energy, work with the energy. Can you maybe talk about a little bit of the different healing that you do?
I having studied whatever I've studied, I said I've visited Earth many times. So when I was guided to study certain fields, I actually thought I was studying, but it's not. The studying initially came to me as I must follow a certain field and study in a certain country, but only to find that when I'm actually in that country, like China, when I went to study in China, Chinese medicine and acupuncture. From childhood, I had a spirit guide that always was with me and guiding me. Being an African in South Africa, I had not seen anything that looked Chinese. So to me, it was you either black or white. That's the system in place. Remember, we operate like that. So I had this being that always accompanied me in spirit, and I used to even play with this thing, like play with this thing. And my mother would say, "Whom are you talking to?" My mother wouldn't see, but I'll see that thing. And later on, when I was in China, I realized that I had past connection where I was a sage in China during the era. I don't know whether it's the yellow or white dynasty, but I lived in China. So that was revealed to me. So I went there to study, and that was revealed, and I met other healers, shamans, sage, whatever, and certain ceremonies were done for me in China. But the thing that took me there was to study. The same thing also in India. So I've been to different places thinking I'm there to study or whatever. It was an extension of, I was told, by the way, this is, and I'm glad it is so. This is the last time I'm visiting Earth. I wouldn't be visiting again. This is the last time I incarnate into this space. So I had to recollect pieces of self where I've been, do certain things. But I was not aware. I thought I was visiting. I've been to Nepal. I've been the place where Buddha was born, Lumbini. And I was there. I thought I was supposed to be doing something, and ceremonies were done for me. So wherever I've been, only when I arrive and certain things, when I realize I have a deja vu. Something happened, and I realized an overwhelming presence that, I've been here. Ceremonies were done for me in the Ganges, in Lumbini. And then I had to come to America, which it came as a big shock because I could not relate. Why will I be sent to America? Sure, I battled in spirit, and why? Because I felt no, everything about it is totally different. And I spent almost like in and out. A period of like 9 years, I was given in spirit. And I had an opportunity to travel almost the state, using a greyhound. I've interacted with the Cherokees, the Lakota, the Washoe tribe. Ceremonies have been done. I've visited sacred sites. I've gone to certain places where I had to do certain cleansing, which I was told I only understand why those things had to be done before now. And my attitude towards America also changed, because when I was sent there, I said to the spirit, send somebody else. I don't want to be there. But when you are sent and on assignment, you have to humble yourself, because it's not even about America, the land. It's about another extension of us. So I've been all over thinking I'm studying. The good part, fine, I studied and I accumulated whatever qualifications, they don't mean anything to me. Those are the things of this world. But in the process, I understand why I had to go to certain places, especially before 2020. It was like a word was being weaved, and something needed to be done in preparation for this planetary.
What would be the one thing after this Zoom meeting, because it is a platform, I created the Hope Interfaith as a platform. I create these Zoom meetings for a platform. And I do believe that I've come here to help raise the consciousness of humanity. I believe that's the reason why I came here. Even though it sometimes drives me nuts.
Yeah, it will drive me nuts. I understand.
Yes. So what do you think is the most important, because I know it's late in South Africa for you, my love. And so what do you think is the most important thing that all of us could walk away with from this Zoom meeting right now? Not to do, or what do you think the most important thing that we could walk away with from this Zoom meeting right now with?
We probably, I don't know how many of us are in the Zoom meeting at this present moment, but you're not aware that we also have a congregation of spirits who are actually communing with us at this present moment. So the fact that we've shown up, presented ourselves, and had this dialogue, we carry a responsibility to continue awakening others, to raise the vibration, to embrace the state of oneness, and to be the torch bearer and stand in the front line.
Mm-hmm. Because this is really important. This time on the earth is really, 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 really important. And as much as I talk about cleaning out closets and all of that stuff, which is really good, but it's still not even that. And I know that we all have our certain little pieces in the universe to do, but this time is so really, really important. And so I love it. I love it that you said, kind of keep showing up. Because I know that we talked yesterday, and when we talked yesterday and when we talk in our group, it's hard to keep on showing up. Sometimes it's really hard to keep on showing up. But I pledged my life to keep on showing up in a level of consciousness and integrity and love. And that's why that's why when I met you, that I wanted to, that I saw me in you and you saw you in me. And just with your energy, and for showing up because it's late in South Africa, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. And so for me, I would want everybody, just as Dr. Mmatheo says, is, you know, keep on showing up as love. Whatever the problem is, the answer is love. You know, whatever the question is, the answer is love. And that's our nature. That's our true innate field of energy. And why we forget that at times and say that and not do that, I don't know. But it's really important.
I hear your words, but I feel you more than hearing your words. It's not easy showing you. It's a big responsibility. But show up, because the part of this, you've been given a high responsibility. I can never fulfill your role. You can never fulfill mine. And none, even the rest of the people here. We each have a role to play. But remember, it's not, when I say each, it's like I'm saying individual. Remember, we are part of the whole. When you look at this body, if this is Rose and this is Mmatheo, but it's part of the body. The hand cannot say, I'm not going to help bring this tea or whatever. We have to work in harmony. And working in harmony and showing up, just be and just do what needs to be done. Do not look at the results thereof. Do not look at the results thereof. Be detached to the results. Just be. It has helped me because many times I've experienced, the human element in me has experienced pain and disappointment, where you feel you are guided in spirit to fulfill certain duties or fulfill certain assignments. And the results thereof, they are aligned with the cosmic intelligence. But the recipients of the results, they complain because human nature likes to complain. So, do that and be that which you are, irrespective of the feedback that you're getting from others. You're not here to entertain, neither are you here to be entertained by anybody else. You're here to be there, which you are designed to be. The Supreme Being chose to manifest through you to birth change. Honor that being and show up and be there. Let me tell you, I know it's not easy. Many times I've tried. And I don't think I can lie to anybody and say it's easy. When you carry a responsibility and you've awakened, once you awaken, you can never pretend that you don't know. You're blind. Because you know. And when you know, you know. You cannot pretend or you can't turn back. Once you've walked this, once you've stepped into this path less traveled and embrace who you are, you cannot pretend otherwise, because then you are not being authentic to thyself. You're not being true to thyself. You're not honoring the divinity in you. Is it easy? No. But show up. A friend of mine in Missouri, Springfield, used to say to me, dress up and show up. Dress up and show up. Indeed, it's not easy. Remember that when you look around, humans are the best performers. Everybody's performing and putting an act. So if you don't do your best act of being who you are, sure, I don't know. Because everybody's performing. People are wearing masks. So take off the mask, embrace who you are, rise to the occasion, and be. And do not be attached to the results thereof. Because that has helped me. Actually, you know, in this world they say, after you've presented, you must be evaluated, you must get feedback. Sometimes I don't even read those because it's not about me. I've said what needed to be said. Whatever feedback I'm getting, it doesn't reflect on me, the speaker, or the one who has used to actually deliver the message. It reflects on the person, the other person. So you are not here to acquire credit. You are not here to be evaluated or validated or to be told. You're here to be who you were created to be. The system is wrong.
And we are God. We are Goddess. We are Source.
Yes.
Yeah, both.
And you know, this afternoon when I was thinking of this Zoom, I was reflecting on the mother. And I was saying, you know, the mother figure or mothers as the giver of life, the one who nurtures life, the one that we learn what love is during that time when they are breastfeeding us. If you can understand that the divine mother that births all, and replace the divine mother that births all with our own biological mother, you realize that love is perfectly seen or experienced, or when we experience it during our earthly existence. The few hours when a mother is holding the child and breastfeeding, and during that time of pregnancy, when you're carrying the child for 9 months, the bond is being established. The father plants the seed and it ends there, but the mother carries on. So let's go back to the divine mother. Let's allow ourselves to be fed from her overflowing breast. Because when we are full with that milk from her overflowing breast, you can only overflow if you are full. But if you are empty, you will think that the answer lies in things external. Some people get into relationships not because they love the person, but because they want a sense of belonging, emptiness. When you feel empty, you'll feel that emptiness with material things or whatever external. But be complete. Let's allow ourselves to overflow. Let's allow ourselves to suck the overflowing milk from the divine feminine, from the mother, the divine mother. And when we full with that milk overflowing in us, once it overflows, It will touch all those around us. Less effort. Less effort. Being is to be or being. It doesn't take effort. But once you want to do something and you think about it, you're no longer operating, flowing. You know, love takes the path of the least resistance. Love overflows. It's not forceful. When a mother is breastfeeding the child, the milk just overflows and the child will start the milk and the mother will and the mother they born. Such a beautiful experience every time. If we have to heal, we have to allow the merging of the divine feminine with the divine masculine, which was propagated long time ago by creating a separation. Remember this gender that we see, male and female. It was only allowed for procreation purposes. In spirit, I'm neither male nor female, I'm androgynous. In the physical, I occupy a female body, probably for procreation purposes. But in spirit, I'm none of those. So the measure of the divine feminine and the divine masculine is our original state of being. In us, we have the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it's such a conflict when in this world where we gender orientated, we see a male and a female. But in spirit, I have the divine masculine and the divine feminine in me, living in harmony. And then the society teaches you that I must kill myself as a female. Why program me and want to separate the whole in me and wire me to be gender-based? Even the male, they have the divine feminine and the masculine. When you are whole in your being, and the divine feminine and the divine masculine have meshed, you complete. You won't go out there searching for something to complete you because you complete within you. You won't see gender. You won't oppress another female being a male because you know you're oppressing yourself. So the model of the society and the model of who we are in spirit, there's a great conflict. Emerging ownership needs to take place.
Thank you, Mmatheo. Thank you for showing up for all of us here and knowing that it's very late there.
It's okay, it doesn't matter about it that time. I want to say this. I'm extending my hands, both my hands from Africa because that's where I am. And I'm embracing you all because we all one. We have awakened our state of oneness. We have the responsibility to raise the vibration. The chaos is manifesting in 4D. Let's raise our vibration beyond 4D. We need to reach a certain critical threshold. We're not far from reaching that critical threshold. Let's not walk by sight. What we see and what media is feeding us is a strategy and a distraction in place. We're more than that. There's more that meets the eye. Let's not allow ourselves to be dictated. We all one. Neither time nor space separates us. We all one.
Thank you. Thank you, Mmatheo. Thank you for coming into my life.
I didn't come into your life. I've always known you.
Well, we are together.
You know what? Let me say this. Many of you probably they are seeing this space for the first time because I've chosen to manifest in this form.
Yes.
But we've been around, we are known to each other in spirit. So thank you for remembering that tonight we needed to actually come together and commune. Thank you for honoring the invitation and not forgetting that when COVID-19 kicks in, will run away. You remember that we needed to come together and remind each other again that show up and be. Show up and be. You know, I look at, I was given a vision recently. It was like a hologram. And then for a moment in this hologram, everything was happening. And it was like I'm watching, but not in this form. I was a spirit, and I'm watching everything happening. And I was given an opportunity to ask questions. And I was asking questions and said, so much chaos, why is it happening? And a voice said to me, why do you call it chaos? It's all happening within you. If you call it chaos, it will be chaos. And then I said, I don't like it. And then it said, it's not about you liking it. It is what is happening. But you have a choice where you can either, everything is energy, motion. You have a choice, I was told. You do not dismantle, you do not resist, you do not fight, you transmute that energy of chaos, which is the low vibration, to a higher vibration. So, media is feeding us with chaos, left and right. You open the TV, chaos, 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 chaos. That's what they are feeding us. But we should not actually behave like children who are not enlightened. We should realize that within us, we have the power to transmute that energy of chaos, which is operating at 4D at a lower vibration, and raise it to a higher vibration. Once you know that, whatever is being thrown to you, you transmute, and you use the law of attraction. You polarize that which you want. Whatever you don't want, you transmute to a higher vibration. You don't fight, you don't resist, you transmute. You don't lower your vibration. I never lower my vibration. It doesn't matter how hard. I never lower my vibration because I always say I can never step down. I can only rise. I can never step down. And sometimes it's not easy. You don't lower your vibration. If chaos is happening there, here, you transmute the energy. I always say, even when I come across challenges in spirit, I always say, I remain where I am. You either rise to the vibration where I am, we meet on an equal footing, but I'm not coming down. So you raise the vibration. You transmute. You don't resist. You don't fight. You raise the vibration. Knowing who you are, knowing that the divinity is in you, knowing that you can create, knowing that you hold in you the triune cosmic powers of the universe to create, destroy, and preserve. Use it wisely.
Wow. 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 Okay. Thank you. Use it well. Use it well.
It's wonderful to be able to talk and to share this. In spirit, it's not about quantity. It's about the quality of the vibration. Raise the vibration because it's there. I've seen all of it there. Transmute. Chaotic energy, transmute. If it's at a lower vibration and it wants to dictate, stand your ground at a higher vibration. Don't step low. You don't want to be dancing in a pigsty. When you know who you are, unless you don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those who read the Bible? Christ said, when he was kneeling the cross of Calvary, forgive them for they do not know what they are doing. Those words have been coming so many times during this COVID-19 with the understanding of an awareness also of it's not just COVID-19, there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes, there's a lot of network and other things that are happening behind the scenes, which are being revealed in spirit. It's not just COVID-19, there's more to it. And I find myself always saying, they've opened a can of worms. I feel sorry, because they don't know what they are doing. You don't mess up with energy. You don't mess up with the triune cosmic powers of the universe, which are create, the power to create, the power to destroy, the power to preserve. Because at the end thereof, you have to account. Not to an earthly being, but you have to account.
Mm.
So when you know and you have awakened and you've been around for many, many lifetimes, coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. When you see this happening, I mean, through the event during the era of Lemura, and I'm like, God, we went through this during the, we went through this during Atlantic. Oh God, we're forever going through this. Every time it changes its format, but we're going through this. And then you ask yourself, you become angry and you say, ah man, what's wrong with humanity? Are they not learning? Then you realize that the problem now, more than anything, more than what we're experiencing, which I said yesterday was humans have a sense of entitlement. That's the biggest problem. Once you have a sense of entitlement, you can only be entitled to something at the expense of the other. And once there's the other, you have actually broken the law of one, which is oneness. So, humans, we have a sense of entitlement as individuals, as a society, as a country. Oh God, this sense of entitlement. We should call this COVID-19 a sense of entitlement. That's the disease. We not seek at a physical level, we seek at a soul level because we have forgotten who we are. If you raise your vibration, COVID-19 vibrates at a lower threshold, let me tell you, very low. Studies have been done and they've measured and they've noticed that it vibrates low. So if you know you are a being of light and it carries a low vibration, raise your vibration and deal with it and deal with everything around it and deal with yourself and relinquish a sense of entitlement. Because once you see the other and you are entitled to something which the other cannot have, you are in violation of the law of one. As an individual, as a society, as a nation, as a country, there can never be unity and harmony as long as we operate in a state of being separate and seeing the other. And with this elevated sense of entitlement, we need to heal at the core. I've sent, I think I've sent you an email of the documents I wrote and I posted on academia on Ubuntu and Oneness. I send you an email on that, so you can actually circulate it around.
That would be wonderful.
And thank you for creating the platform, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to also minister to myself and remind myself. I need to remind myself. So when I talk, I just use you people as a mirror reflection. I'm speaking to myself to remain humble, to remember who I am, to know that I'm here to birth change, and I must make sure I do that which I've been assigned, because I won't be visiting Earth again. This is my last transit on Earth. It's been long, coming and going. So this last visit, I want to have sweet memories that I take with me, where home is, wherever home is. So it should be memories of we went through this planetary shift, we worked together, we remembered our state of oneness, we embraced one another, we realized, all that. So when I'm in meditation, when I'm in gardening, whatever I'm doing, I'm cultivating seeds of love, life, and truth, and oneness, because that's what I see, that's what we're moving towards, and that's how I want to salute this planet when I leave. are many, we have many of our own kind here, many beings of life. We have also others who are visiting from other planets, occupying human form. I had an opportunity to meet and commune with those. So we're not alone. It's not lonely. We're not forsaken. It's a joyous journey. Let's make the best out of it. We have support. The Galactic Federation Council, they are supporting us. So, fear not. Occupy your position. The power lies within us. That which is within us. There's nothing out there which can actually challenge it. So once you think something can actually challenge you from external, you're losing your power. That which is within us cannot be challenged once you've made peace and you allow it to manifest and work through you. It cannot be opposed. They say dynamite comes in small packages. So we come in small packages, but let's change, okay?
Okay.
So we have the support. We have the support in spirit. We have the support of other beings. Remember, we're not the only, I call actual ex-dwellers. They are ex-dwellers, but we also have other beings who are here with us.
All of these people believe and know that to be true.
Yes, so we're not alone. We're not alone.
Yes.
That's what gives me the greatest comfort. Because when you speak truth and you align with the cosmic intelligence, you offend the system in place. But I don't have a single fear because I know I travel with an introvert in spirit. And I know I'm protected. And I know I'm not alone. Yes, this physical body can be harmed, but my spirit can never be touched. And I should say thank you for technology, you know, in the midst of everything. Let's give credit to technology. I wouldn't be able to communicate if it was not of technology. Yeah.
Dr. Sorry. I just wanted to thank you for your bravery and courage. And like what you said yesterday, sometimes the truth pisses people off, but you're so brave to bring that courage forward and to give that gift to us. So thank you. And thank you, Hope.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And thank you, Mmatheo, from coming all the way from Africa into our hearts and homes. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And until we meet again, have a glorious weekend. It's going to be a glorious weekend here in Minnesota, believe it or not. No snow, Mmatheo, no snow.
When as we whatever, I've said a lot of things. I want to say this. We are the manifest of the unmanifest.
Yes.
We are the manifest of the unmanifest in our diverse form. We have remembered who we are. We have awakened to the law of one, which reigned during the era of Lemura when we had enlightened beings visiting Earth. we're still having them. They're amongst us. This planetary shift, challenging as it is returning us to the golden era of Lembola. Some of us will remember how it was like during that time. But as I've always been told, new wine cannot be fed off the old skin. Let's allow the process like this. Support the process by raising the vibration. Do not resist. Resistance will lower the vibration. Resistance will also create where you affect your own immune system. Fear will also affect your own immune system. Disease, what we call disease, is when you experience a form of uneasiness at a physical level, but the root cause thereof, where it manifests, is in the spirit. I've always been told in spirit that everything, if all that manifests itself in the physical has its origin in spirit. All that manifests itself in the physical has its origin in spirit. COVID-19 can be conquered. Raise your vibration. The only thing, if it will take longer, or the lessons that we are presented with will take longer, is when we're not awakening to the message this is bringing to us. But if we awaken, we raise the vibration. We cultivate it. By not talking makes me tired sometimes. Cultivate it, be love, be light, be truth, be God, be Buddha, be whatever, be. Let it radiate. They say in this world, there are people who call themselves untouchable in government. We are the untouchable in spirit. Let's be those untouchable and raise the vibration. That which is within us is greater than anything else out there.
No more excuses.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.